Hello, hello. Um, I mean, we have triple equal O's here on the. Oh wait, no, never mind. They're not triple equal. I lied. Uh, I don't know. We just took out the highs. Maybe we see a short. I mean, it seems like a bullish trend day scenario. So if we get like a retrace to this 15 minute or something, get a long out of it, maybe that's our dream. We shall see. All right. Sweep of the high, pretty bearish reaction there. So if we're thinking price is about to be bearish, I guess what gap breaking here would be like our tell. Maybe the 30 minute. Nice trade, boy. Yeah, I did, Marwin. What did I take today? I took the 30-second long. I actually alerted it in Dodge's chat. We have a 30-second short here. I wouldn't want a short today, though. I'm just going to wait for the long. I don't like that we've already came up and taken out lunch highs. Um, this 15-minute long that Dodgy took was fine, I guess. Right? Wasn't this the play he took? So, I mean, he pretty much just gambled open. That's fine. I mean, when the draw is obvious, why not? Um, it I scaled for some and then break even on the rest. I just scaled once the 5 minute hit. It was about what or about 1 hour when I scaled, and then yeah, that was about it. But I like this play. I thought that was good. Came down, souped the low, got a good bullish reaction. 10 a.m. reversal. OB singular candle inverse. Even this was like a good reentry, but it went invalid. I think the max accounts for 50Ks are 6, but it's just 300K in allocation, Morwin. So if you're buying 100K accounts, it would be 3 of those, 150K, 2 of those. Yeah, rest was break even for me. Yep. Let's see what you mean. I mean, what is this it? 337. Oh, you mean this one here? I would just be aiming for all this liquidity. Probably this high here. 838. How do I risk manage my MFFU accounts? I just use $200 risk per trade, and that's about it. Was that long the only thing I took? Yeah. We'll go through all the AM trades, but that was the only one I took. This short was textbook, by the way, if you took this. Break even at the next gap. 3-minute SMR short was fire. Yeah, this was good. But yeah, we just need to get away from premium here of the dealing range and get a little retraced discount. This is the dealing range I'm looking at right now. That 15-minute gap kind of aligns with that. Would I take that too? The 3-minute? Yeah, I think it was like after 11, so I was just done. I would take this to this and try and scale for 1 hour. You can take lower time frame scalps. You just have to be smart about it. Don't try and short and discount for a lower time frame scalp when the overall sentiment is bullish. Don't try and take a scalp when we create like inefficiencies below like this. Like I don't know why Dodgy's talking about, oh, I'll be so surprised if this play loses. Like what are we talking about? These plays lose all the time. We have inefficiencies below. This was like horrible momentum into the inverse. And you get wrecked. So yeah, if you did that long, you deserve to lose there. No disrespect. Dream scenario was the 15-minute. This was a horrible short, by the way. Don't trade in the middle here when we're chopping. You're targeting a low that took out another low before we took out buy side. You're fading 10 a.m. reversal. You're fading a V shape. You're fading an SMR. Don't like, yeah, just don't ever take that 30-second short. You're running into a 1 minute there also. What 3-minute are we looking for? What do you mean? We're not looking for a 3-minute. We're watching this 15-minute gap here. If we retrace to it, get a long, I'll take that. You didn't like this long, Vert? Like, get rid of that. Just focus on this. I take that all day. Good, Baker. How are you? On days of higher volatility, usually PM is good. Sure, true. By the way, that funding ticks deal is like the craziest prop firm deal I've ever seen. It almost seems too good to be true. Um, Obviously, I've never used them before, but apparently they're reputable in the space. The only thing that sketches me out is that they're a foreign company. So I guess just be careful. Don't put any money on the site that you're not willing to lose. What deal? It's $38 all in for a 50K eval. No fun or no activation fee. They offer trade evade. It's the only thing they offer. Couldn't find it for the 38. It's which prop firm? Funding ticks. If you use code reliable, it's half off. They pay out 90-10 split. You also have to do the cap of 1K, yeah. So you can only request $1,000 a week, which if you're copy trading 6 accounts, that's $6,000 a week. So that's for the 25K challenge. Do the 50K. 50K, and then instead of the 5K thing, it's like 5K withdraw. It's the 1K per week. True, Fahrenheit, true. Oh yeah, let's see. Yeah, that happened to me today too. Yeah, true. I mean, this is the cheapest I've ever seen for a funding, like anything. Reliable. What are the funding ticks payout rules? So yeah, it's you need to, I think it's to get 5 days of $150 profit, and you need to match the drawdown. So you need to make $2,100 profit total, and then you can only request 60% of the profit you make, and it's a 90-10 split. It's like it's like an MFFU replacement. Um, I would just switch up my accounts for so I'd log into a different prop firm and keep trading because the conditions are good. Yeah, that's what it looks like. If you're getting an error, it means you have to sign the agreement, most likely. But yeah, what Marwin posted, that's what it should look like. Well, buy some funding ticks accounts then, real quick. Or 90% of, or actually, no, 90% of Apex is, I mean, you already have your 20 or whatever. Yeah, I used PayPal for that reason, Trade Boy. I'm not inputting my information onto a UAE site. No, lots of people do it. Is there a risk of getting hacked? No, they're legit, right? As I think Trade Boy said, or something, or not Trade Boy, whoever said it. They're affiliated with Tradeovate. So if Tradeovate says they're cool, then they're probably good. It's end of day, 40 end of day drawdown, 40% consistency, no DLL. So you can only make a max of $1,000, but then in order to pass the account, you only have to make 2,500 instead of 3K. So 2,500 instead of 3K, you only have to make $2,000 profit to request a payout. No DLL. Like here, I mean, like I posted all of the rules, guys. Like just go to the PM prop firm links; they're all there. All your questions will be answered right there. Yeah. No, you're good. So what is the sale? It ends today. Yeah, fair payroll. 1 day to pass? No, it's 3 days. 3 days to pass. No, you can't do the eval pass strat. Consistency unfunded? No, no funded. You have to make $2,000 profit to request. $2,000 profit to request. All right, Vert. So let's say I wanted to take, I don't know. Let's say I wanted to take this 30-second short here. Okay. I get in at the close. Stop loss here. I'm allowed to risk 11 micros on this trade, right? Maybe 10, right? Assuming a bad close. And then worst case scenario, I lose 300 at the high. There's no activation fee. You just have to pay monthly for the eval. Once you pass, it's lifetime. What's the 1R? I base it off the average close. Okay, so like sometimes you're gonna get like perfect closes where it closes the tick. Sometimes you're gonna get the worst closes where it like hits the swing. Most of the time you're gonna get the close somewhere in between. So that's where I target 1R. The average close is gonna be somewhere in between the worst and the best. It's like about halfway. So then I just target 1R. But I'll target a liquidity target at least 1R away. So maybe, you know, that low there or whatever, if there's a 5-minute gap, something like that. So my average loss is like 200, right? Because I'm basing my close on like the difference between the high and the most optimal close, right? Usually it's about 5 points because from the entry, like unless you're taking like a stupid, like horrible entry on like a 60-point stop trade, it's never going to be like that bad. If I were to average out all my losses, it would be like about like a $220 loss probably. Like that's like my average loss probably. What's my win rate? I don't know. It fluctuates. Like probably mid 60s, 60 to 70. Did I take anything this morning? Yeah, the 30-second long. We kind of talked about it. This one here. Right in the macro, right at 10 a.m. Came down. We ran the liquidity here. We had bullish higher time frame gaps to the left here on the 1 hour. And the 15-minute, we tapped into that last gap, had a nice reaction, entered the long, got break even on this candle here, and then it just ran. It's the 1 step. Do I scale less than 1R? Yeah, I'll just do like 0.9. I'll try and like get it to 1R, but if it's like just not happening, I'll scale early. If we're in like a super bullish condition and like I'm like trying to fade the bias because we hit like buy side liquidity and like I'm not certain that order flow is switched, I'll scale more conservatively. For the data wick play, I wouldn't scale at all though. Data wick plays I wouldn't scale. I mean they just hit. Yeah. The drawdown works with MFIU like this. You get DLL at half of the drawdown, and then it's just end of day. So whatever your balance finishes at the end of the day is what your new drawdown is set to going into the next day. And it's reset back to the 2,500 after you make profit or whatever. Or less. DLL is daily loss limit. I think tomorrow can be a good AM for sure. What do I think of TPT? I don't know. They are reputable. Why is the low of the NVIDIA candle not considered a data low? Because we only consider it like the data candle if it's the 1 minute candle that prints on the news. So that news came out at 420. So the only wick that formed was this buy side wick. There was no sell side wick. This is the next candle, so this isn't technically data. This isn't data. So none of these candles are data, just the first one. Why is it only the 1 minute? I don't know. ICT. Oh man, I got rid of my kill zones. Dang, we are chopping. I'm just gonna start using that as my answer. Like I could like, you know, give the real drawn out answer, where I could like come up with a theory as to why that's the case, but it's just ICT. Have I tried IBR breakout with Fib or not? No. I just trade SMRs and IFEGs. The real reason why, like, even this wouldn't be considered a good data wick to target is because this isn't technically efficiently traded here. Equal amount of down close, equal amount of up close. We didn't really balance it here, right? We just sold off straight away, right? It wasn't efficiently delivered PA. And that happened all within a very short period of time, like 5 seconds. So just inefficient price delivery. So it becomes a good target. Does funding ticks have activation fees? Not for the 50K one-step plan, no. That's why it's like a crazy good deal, because you're only spending $38. Yep. Well, the data came out at 4:20. It was like 15 seconds late. So I would count just that first 1 minute. I mean, you guys can count it, but you'll see. I mean, does Price care about it? Like, that should be your answer. Does Price literally care about this at all? No. No, Trade Boy. That's why they stopped me out break even before we ran. But yeah, we're just being patient right now, waiting for the 15-minute to get tapped. I'm probably just gonna set an alert. I'll set an alert here, maybe here. That's good. You should be doing that, Sledge. Um, can't wait for August to be over. True. Yeah, today has been on the choppy. So is well, apparently, like I don't know. Flyo was telling me that this is like the lowest volume PA we've ever had. Yeah, for sure, Seb. Can I go over that 3 minute SMR with inception gaps? Would you include or not? What do you mean inception gaps? Oh, you mean this? 1 minute. No. No, because we should just respect the breaker here. So if that violates, no. So where would your stop be? Just to close above the breaker. So like if we were to come back up and then or close back above this, stop at the high. So would your stop at the high be like minus 400? Because if you're risking about 220 at the close of the inversion, then the higher time frame stop at the highs. Yeah, that would be like rare, right? So what you would do here is like you would say like, okay, best close for the breaker here would be like 30 points. Worst case would be like 50, so you risk for like 40 points. You take that with 2 micros, right? Worst case scenario here, you get stopped out for like a $200 loss. Maybe you risk like 30. So there hit 1R. Let's see. No, but I would still scale. Cause like it's still like good enough. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have taken this. I would have been in off the 30-second here. Like, yes, the 3 minute SMR is fine, but this is better. And just go like here, break even at the next gap. Right? Yeah, I mean this is V shape. Good momentum, decent break even. But yeah, right now this is just chop, guys. But if higher time frame is bullish, it wasn't. I mean, yes, higher time frame is bullish, but we get a super reaction at the high. So order flow goes neutral at the high there. It's technically a high inside of a gap, right? I'm pretty sure we're still in the daily, technically. Obviously now we're gonna close above, but at the time we were like inside the daily. No, I wouldn't need confirmation there because the momentum was good enough. I think, yeah. 12 points in 30 seconds is good. Yeah, momentum is good enough to just take the first 30-second and then go break even at the next gap. Yeah. True Sledge. Bruh. Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice little move. This looks like Asia PA. Yeah, we've just gotten way too much movement today. We don't really have a good draw on liquidity. I like these relative equal lows with equal lows here, like for a short, but currently price is just in a buy program, so we just can't do nothing. What's my pizza topping of choice? Uh, dude, bacon and garlic is really good. Barbecue pizza is really good, but you got to add pineapple on it. Um, I don't know. Yeah, just like thinly shaved garlic cloves, some bacon, throw some hot honey. Uh, Pepperoni's a classic. I don't know. The thing is, right? So, like, the pinnacle cooking, like the best tasting foods, are usually going to have a good balance of salty, spicy, sweet, and bitterness, and like umami, right? And so, like, whenever you're eating pizza, it's a lot of salt, okay? It's a lot of savory flavors. So, you want to balance that with something sweet, something acidic. Pineapple fits both, right? Yeah, the charring is the bitterness, right? Everyone's like, "Whoa, whoa, pineapple." I mean, there's a science to it. If you don't like pineapple on pizza, that's fine. You know, be a purist, but trust. Yeah, pineapple with chicken's so good. By the way, if you guys have ever had like a good taco, al pastor, you know, throw some pineapple on there. They over the short from yesterday. Oh, the 5 minute? Yeah, we went over that already. I wish this would pull back, but it's not going to. We're just gonna grind up. So Nvidia basically had no reaction to its earnings, right? We're basically like in the exact same spot. What happened here? Not yet, Yuki. True, true. Now we're gonna pop to this high. Once we get to this high, I'm gonna go break even. Yuki, were you there for that when I called the 30-second? Damo, hit the pen. You're good, dude. Not financial advice. True, true. There was a signal. Yeah, I was chilling in Indices, or not Indices, just like the AM stream chat, and while Dodgy was doing his thing, I just said I was taking a 30-second long. Just left triple equal lows in the 1 minute. Yeah, yeah, I got you, Damo. Any plans for the weekend? Yeah, I'm going camping. Guys, I am going to secure a 5K payout from Funding Ticks in 3 weeks. Check back in. Let's see. Uh, check back September 18th. I'll have a 5K payout. Why not 6K? Because they only pay out 90% of your withdrawal, so I'll get 6K payout, but I'll only get 5.4K. And then after taxes, it'll be like 4.2, 4 point, or maybe 4. So we'll just call it 5. But yeah, I mean, the goal would be to get 6 payouts. Do I have my own Apex code? No. Nah, just use code Dodgy. Talk to a CPA, Jacob. Am I streaming tomorrow? Yes. Do I trade my own funds or prop firm? A little bit of both. Kind of swing trade my own funds and I day trade, like scalp my prop firm funds. Did I sign an NDA? What do you mean? I haven't signed nothing. Source confirmed Travis. Hey, you think Travis Kelsey's gonna take Taylor Swift's name? Or you think they're gonna keep their own names? This is very important stuff to talk about. Do I think dirt is brown or black? Question. I don't know, dude. What you mean? That's a great question. Never heard of this prop firm. Which prop firm? Funded Ticks. I knew about them probably 2 months ago, but yeah, I mean the only reason why I'm talking about them now is because of that deal that they're doing. It's kind of crazy. But I take this 1 minute short if we close below. No, this is chop. Wait for the long. I don't know if you posted this, but I don't see what the difference in Funding Ticks 1 and Funding Ticks Pro Plus. Price. I think. I think that's the big difference. Yeah, probably because they're based in the UAE, Hamza. Wait, does this mean max is 1K per payout? Yes, exactly. 1K per payout. Have I done the Wordle yet? No. So right now, this 1 minute for value gap is responsible for holding price up in this chop. Maybe once this breaks, we'll see price run lower here. Per payout per account, exactly. Yep. How many payouts can you get? I don't know. Good question. Let's see. Let's refer to the document. Let's see. Live program. Let's see, live program info. Yada yada. So there's only one live account. Accounts automatically move to live when they reach $100,000 in combined rewards across all masters accounts. We may also choose to upgrade accounts earlier at our discretion. Okay. So when you reach 100K in total profit, upon transitioning to a live account, accumulated profits are transferred up to a maximum of 50% of your simulated funded account size. Any profits exceeding this threshold will not carry over. So you can carry over $7,500 in profit. So basically, yeah. What if I liquidate the live account? In the unfortunate case of liquidating the live account balance, the risk management team will be reaching out regarding the next steps to enter back into the Funding Ticks program. Okay. Very cool. When you're pushed to live, your profit split goes 80-20. After achieving 10 non-consecutive days with a minimum profit of $200 per day, you are eligible to request 60% of your initial balance. After reaching 30 non-consecutive days with a minimum profit of $200 per day, you're eligible to request up to $100 of your initial, or 100% of your initial balance. Okay, cool. So that's that. Is it worth to short 1 minute for eval? No, don't short. How many payouts can you get? Up to 100K in payouts overall. No MFFU promo right now. I think just 5%. Retrace to 15-minute then long. Exactly, Benjamin. Good job. You don't even need me. But yeah, that's about it. That's how you get a payout, is right here. So that's Funding Ticks. They seem legit. Little bit of complicated rules for the payout process, but not too difficult to understand. Getting transitioned to live seems pretty straightforward too. Once you reach 100K in payouts, you get transitioned. So most of you, that'll probably not be for another year or two. 100K per user. It's not like MFFU where it's like an account. Okay. So we get the S. I like using split here. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. We can't play the mini. And I always forget to log in. Nah, Fahrenheit, I do it all the time. I get it in 2 all the time. What are you thinking? Teabag, cup. The new game with the dominoes is cool. What is that? Pips? Okay, we'll try that. Kettle, teabag, cup, water. What's the last one? Snare? I don't think so. Rock, diamond, steel. This one's hard. I feel like we need to like eliminate a category and then go from there. It'll be easier. What is Cantab? Maybe it's like this. Yeah. Tab, space, caps, shift. Bro. That's stupid. Is this only for master? Master is like the sim funded, yeah. Just there's the way that they call it. That snare. Okay. Well, we're just pumping. True. Steel, rock, diamonds, nails. Types of associated with hardness. Okay. Cool. So you're saying this one's cool? The pips. Place every domino in the right spot. Okay. So these two are equal to 17? Is that what that is? One question, if we moved really far away from liquidity, it cannot be significant for the momentum. How close do we need to get back to it? So... Okay, wait, I don't understand. So if we've like chopped, is that what you're saying? And so it's not good momentum? We can't get a good momentum play here based off this gap. If we get a good momentum play on a different gap, sure. This gap will just tell us order flow, right? Because this is a significant gap. It tells us that order flow will most likely be bearish to New York PM low if we inverse it. Then when we inverse it, we could see an SMR here. The problem is this isn't an SMR because there's no soup. So we would just see a breaker get put in here, right? Not every time a breaker, and this isn't a manipulation leg either. So yeah, it's just a breaker. 783 should hit. Yep, we got that coming up. And then my ultimate target for right now is just this high. Not that high, sorry, this high. 838. So keep 838 in your crosshairs. That's where I think we're going. So these two are equal. This is supposed to be 17, right? Is that what this is saying? And this needs to be like that. Okay, I see. I see. So this needs to go here, right? To get 10. No, that doesn't work. How does this work? What do you mean 17? And these are equal. Oh wow, we're just going. Every breaker is a CIS. No, I'm not saying that. How to play. Oh, I see now. Okay. These are equal. That has to equal 17. I gotcha. So there's going to be a 2 here, and then the rest are 5s. So that's probably like that. That's probably like that. That's probably like... Oh, no. Should I opt out the charts, or do I think there will be a play? There could be a play. It's just probably not going to be for the next 30 minutes. What's up to you? Why isn't it? This isn't a manipulation like right here. That's why this isn't a CISD. or it's not the last manipulation leg, I should say. The SMR has to come at the last manipulation leg. Can I please explain more about the order flow topic? Like, what do you want me to explain more about? Right, because it's a reversal play. Like, at this point, price would have reversed already in order to come back to here to create the CISD, right? We're looking for the change in state delivery before that. The change in state of delivery would already happen before we get to this point. At this point, it's just a breaker. Well, yeah, we would get this. Like, our CISD here would be on the 4 minute. If we close below that. Dude, I don't understand. Those have to be equal. This has to equal 17. That's 13. It's like this. Is that right? Oh, wait. Like this? Isn't this right? I don't understand. What am I missing? Oh, I see. I see. It's gotta be like this. Gotcha. Okay. Figured it out. Wait, is this a CISD? That black line. Yeah, no. I mean, I guess, like, not really. Like, yes, we manipulate down, hit the 3 minute, then close above. This is our manipulation, like you're saying. But, like, not really. Because typically you want to manipulate external liquidity. You want to manipulate into a more important inefficiency, like a 15-minute plus. So I guess, but like not really. Like don't frame your idea of what a good SMR looks like based off this. Yeah, Dorota, like if you like just ask, like I'm confused, like do you not know what to ask? Do you just want me to go over like order flow in general? Basically it's just what fair value gaps are being respected and which ones are being disrespected for the most part. So it can be a breaker but not a CISD because not a clear manipulation. Well, yeah, I mean a breaker is different than a CISD. Like completely different. So yes, this can be a breaker because it's just an order block to the upside, and then once this gets inversed, it's just a breaker. You can have breakers without CISDs. Do I use mitigation blocks? No. I don't use really mitigation blocks. I'll rarely use rejection blocks. The only time I use it really is when there's an obvious lower time frame BPR that lines up with the rejection block on the higher time frame. How long is the apex sale until the second? Okay. So wait, all those have to be the same? Okay. How does that work? Oh, it's got to be the 1. So that goes there. This has to be 12. That has to be there. Has to go there. So this has to be 9. And then what? Like that? kind of an easy game. Okay, well, this is a little bit more difficult. Oh, this is way more difficult. That has to be less than 2. This has to be 1. Okay, like that. 17, so this has to be 6, right? This has to be 1. This has to be 9, so probably this. Okay, so this is probably this. This. Oh no. Wait. Yeah, it's a glitch. I think that's happening right now, Vert. You're one of the lucky ones. Yeah, Dorado, basically, all it is you're looking to see what fair value gap or PD array is holding price, and that's kind of your like gap that's controlling order flow. It's your point of interest, right? As long as we're respecting that gap, price will continue to target buy side liquidity. Okay, so in this example here, price is just going to continue to go up. Okay, once we hit that buy side liquidity, price will then go neutral, and we'll have to reestablish what order flow is after prices became neutral. So if we hit the draw on liquidity and price continues to respect bullish PD arrays, okay, order flow is still neutral. If we start to disrespect bullish PD arrays, then price can become bearish short term. Okay, and then once order flow becomes bearish, we're bearish to the next sell side draw on liquidity, and then once we hit that draw, we're once again neutral. And you just continue to go through that phase over and over again on the lower time frame, and you can apply that same ideology to the higher time frame. Okay, and so whenever we're trying to frame our bias, usually what I'll do is I will look at the higher time frame and figure out what bullish or bearish gap is currently telling price where to go, and then I will use that gap to frame out my dream scenario where I think price is going, where I think the most likely draw is to hit, and that's all you're basically doing whenever you're using order flow, is you're just trying to establish that current PD array that's holding price, that's like either holding us down or keeping us up. And then once that's been established, you can kind of frame your dream scenario around that. You can figure out where the most likely draw is from there. And if that gets disrespected, then that's kind of your order flow switch, right? Then you just do the same thing again. If order flow is constantly switching back and forth, that's how you can tell if price action is bad, right? Do I use OB or CISD? Yes. Interesting, Bert. If you want, I can go through a few examples of what I'm talking about here. So this morning when I hopped on the chart, okay, let's go there. Let's say I got on at like 9 o'clock, right? And I'm looking at price action, okay? I see we have our bullish draw here. I'm going to identify our bearish draws. We have relative equal lows here. We have this external liquidity. But then what's most important that I have to do is I have to look at the daily first, okay? And then I'll kind of go from here. And I'll be like, okay, let's look at the 4 hour. Let's look at the 1 hour. Obviously, this isn't accurate because I'm switching time frames, right? I don't know why it's not staying the same in replay, but anyway. Okay, let's say we're in replay. Okay, the 1 hour got disrespected, but this gap doesn't really tell us anything about order flow. This gap here is really the gap that's telling us, you know, about order flow, because this gap actually sent us to a higher high, right? This gap never did before it was disrespected. Okay, so this is the gap that's kind of controlling price on the 4 hour. Okay, so we've established that this is the 4 hour POI. Is there anything on the lower time frame that I can look at and be like, okay, maybe this is what's holding price right now? Okay, this 1 hour is holding price. Okay, so maybe this is our POI here. Okay, as long as we're holding this 1 hour, because we've tapped into it 1, 2, 3 times, then we'll be bullish. If we break this, okay, then maybe we go lower. We also have this 1 hour here. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm establishing that the higher time frame is respecting bullish PD arrays by this fair value gap, the 4 hour to the left here, this 1 hour, and we're not really putting in any bearish PD arrays and respecting them. We're actually kind of violating, like, for example, this 1 hour bearish will be here, and, you know, whatever, right? So overall, higher time frame order flow is telling us that we're bullish, and then I pair that with my draw on liquidity. Okay, and that's how you get your bias. And you just do that over and over again. So like right now, we're doing that. When we come up with our dream scenario, okay, you can see that that 15-minute got disrespected, but it never really sent price to a higher high, so who cares? So what is currently responsible for this bullish price action? What is currently the thing that's holding price up? Okay, we have this 3-minute or 4-minute here, probably also a 3-minute, right? We have this. Okay, so we're respecting bullish PD arrays here. As long as we look at like this dealing range and we look at the low and the high, and we respect the last gap in the leg, we're still bullish. If we break it, then okay, maybe we're bearish, right? But as long as we're holding this, we're still bullish. Okay, so we respect the last gap, we're still bullish. We disrespect this one here. Okay, so even more bullish order flow, right? We kind of respect this 3-minute too. See how price never closes below? Okay, so we hold the BPR. Create a new dealing range. Okay, new high, new swing low. As long as we respect the last gap in the leg here, we're good. So probably in this case would be this 5-minute. Combine these two in series. Okay, if we respect that, we're good. Price never even comes close to that. We're still disrespecting bearish PD arrays. Okay, now we go up again. Okay, we put in a 1-minute here, we start to chop around, whatever. Okay, so now this is kind of our gap of interest. As long as we're holding this, okay, order flow is still bullish. If we violate this, okay, maybe we're bearish to the next low, but what happens when we tap into the next low? Order flow goes neutral. We try and figure out from there if price is still going to respect bearish PD arrays, or if we're going to just soup the low and come back up, right? Because we're running into a 5-minute, and a 15-minute. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Liquidity or an inefficiency, right? Because we're taking orders. We're balancing inefficiencies, we're taking liquidity, etc. I'm glad I could help you out, Big C. So now we just wait. We wait for our dream scenario to play out. We obviously know that this is too high to be taking a trade. So if we continue to expand up here, we can establish this as our new dealing range, right? This 5-minute low, it's obvious. This 5-minute high, we have a nice inefficiency that lines up with 50%. So we can assume that this would be a good draw because we're pairing that confluence with a draw. We always want to pair our confluences with draws and liquidity if we're assuming price is going to go somewhere. But yeah, that's about it. By the way, guys, Labor Day is Monday, so I won't be trading. I don't think Dodgy will either. So this morning was the gap telling order flow. The 15-minute. Which one? Just these ones here, yeah. The 1 hour. This 1 hour. Why the 1 hour? Because it doesn't order block. It held price 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times total, but 4 times before open. So it's significant because even though it's only 4 times, it's over 4 hours, right? So it's like a long time for this gap to be holding. And then if you go down to the 15-minute, this broke technically because we made it a lower low. And also this, I guess this 15-minute made a higher high, right? So like you could say that this is what's holding price, but I wouldn't like the fact that that broke, like, to be the condition. Also, you could also look at this 30-minute, right? Look at how many times this 30-minute held. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So that's kind of our order flow, right? This one here too on the 30-minute, right, is decent. Doesn't need to make a higher high. No, because we hold for like 4 hours here. I mean, overall, like, you can just tell that like price is respecting bullish PD rates. Just because we disrespect this one doesn't necessarily mean that order flow is bearish. Maybe for the short term. But overall, this is what's holding price, right? If we broke this 1 hour after sweeping the data high, that would be significant. By the way, we're still just going here, man. Probably not going to see a trade today. It's okay. We're already up like 2.5 R on the week. Everyone in PM that should have taken that funded play Tuesday. Yeah, I didn't. I threw. Anyone here take 15 grams of creatine daily? No. Yeah, we're not getting anything? Probably. MFFU needs to drop a good discount. Like I need like $50 core accounts, $40 core accounts. No, not for what single account for MFFU. It's just for that rule only applies for like one account. No, I thought it was too, but no, it's not. Dude, this thing is just gone. Nice, Ixola. What's Lucid? Is that like another firm? Any SMR plays that played out today? The 3-minute. Yeah, that was for a different reason, Baker. For sure. Yeah, the 3-minute short payroll. That's about it. It's like the only one I saw here. We put in the breaker and the CISD after taking the high. There was also probably a good SMR from the low here. Yeah, this one here on the 1-minute. Checking to see if it was a 2-minute play also, but does it do that? Yeah, the 1-minute SMR here was good. Here's your breaker. So starting from the 554 candle, and then your CISD is just this 1-minute candle. Alrighty, well, for those of you leaving right now, I guess you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm going to try and catch a power hour move here, hopefully. Maybe previous hourly high, previous hourly low. We're pretty close to this high here, so I imagine we hit this. All right, little dumpy. Let's see. We got a 5-minute short. I mean, is this even like analyzable? Like, we don't even have for value gaps. Guys, I'm going through a psychological slump. A psychological slump. I don't know what's wrong. Yeah, it could be burnout. I don't know. I'm about to long this. Yeah, we're all about to long this actually. 2R. 2R. Not horrible. You're reliable. I've just been asked, but I'm still new. How long have I been trading? I've been trading for. I've been trading since I've been 18. You know, options or whatnot. But futures trading, I've been doing this for about 2.5 years, full time. I'm 23, Paula. Is that my pick on X? Yeah, that's me. True, Damo, true. That's me like 2 years ago though. That picture is from like my 21st birthday. What's my X handle? It's NQ reliable. Play, how should I look? Surely we're not interested in this long. No, but like, it's the only setup that's formed. Data delayed on funding ticks. That will update on its own, Tommy. It's just because you have a new account with them. Thanks, Paula. So the reason why this, isn't that good is because it's just super high in premium. In my head, reliable was a 30-year-old black guy. No, no. It's like we might get the close here. We have an SMT at the high. Nope. Do Americans ever drink tea? Yeah. Yeah, we drink tea all the time. Oh, we got the close up, but that is possibly the worst close I've ever seen. Nah, I've never had Moroccan tea, but my sister is actually going to Morocco. She's studying abroad in Spain. And it's gonna be like one of their excursions or whatever. Yeah, we do have an SMT. Yeah, you're going the same time as my sister, I think, here. All right, looks like we're maybe seeing a little bit of bearishness right now. Oh my god, those executions. Bro is locked in. The 30-second inverse. Oh, right. I forgot to finish this. Uh, I think I'm messing up somewhere. That has to be the 9. I think I'm messing up here because those have to be equal. Wait, how does that work again? All right. Those have to all be the same number. Maybe it's like this. That's 5. This has to be a 1. It's like that. But this is where I messed up. I don't know. TP hit? Let's go. If Price would swept the 19th high day, this 3-minute would be valid SMR CISD breaker. No. I don't think so, no. This has to be 1. It's the only one that can go there. Wait. What? Wait. Oh, it has to be more than 1. Oh, I'm an idiot. How about this 2-minute? I know it's high up. Yeah, you could try it on eval. It's a horrible trade, some chop, but yeah. Okay, so we're kind of delivering from a 15-minute year. This is just like horrible though. Really, really bad. Just slow grind up all session. Dude, I want it to be September so bad. Uh, P is just bad right now because we've already gotten our move for the day. When I first started out, did Drawdown give you panic attacks like it does me? Yeah, for sure. Like there was a little bit of emotions, but just becoming consistent over time has led me to be more confident in taking setups. And there will be moments where, like, maybe I accidentally over leverage in a trade, and um like I'm like, oh god, okay, maybe I should like size down in this or whatever. Like the other day that happened. But for the most part, any of those like drawdown scares don't really phase me too much. We've had multiple setups in PM alone where we've taken the setup together and it's been like one tick away from stopping us out. And then, it ends up being a win. And we just caveman it out. No thought. Just take the trade. TP, stop loss. Don't get too tunnel vision, just analysis. Yeah, for sure. It's just psychology, right? The more confidence you gain from learning and experience, the better off um, you'll be. How long does the funding ticks discount last? Till the end of the day. Do you think we can get a long play for the 350 macro? Uh, Probably not. I think the day is just over. I was actually just about to wrap up here. Final TP for today is going to be this high. If we get there, great. If we don't, okay, that'll be the target for tomorrow. Nice, Rizu. But yeah, that's probably going to be it for me today. Um, Sorry today kind of sucked, but hopefully PA will be good starting in September. I will catch all of you tomorrow for Friday PM, and then we'll be back business as usual on Tuesday after the holiday. Alrighty. Peace out, everyone.